A lot of Sophie Sierra's bad decisions regarding Rob Warren on 90 Day Fiancé can be linked to her heartbreaking past. Sophie's backstory is harrowing. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. 90 Day Fiancé. Happily ever after. Star Sophie Sierra has lived through a heartbreaking childhood, and it's the reason behind her troubled relationship with her mom, Claire Sierra. Sophie started as a 21-year-old on 90 Day Fiancé Season 10 when she came to the U.S. from London to marry Rob. Sophie had met the 33-year-old on Instagram and had also spent a few months living together with Rob in Los Angeles before considering the K-1 visa. Sophie tried sweeping aside the fact that Rob had cheated on her with a woman online. However, Rob did it again after Sophie came to America. Sophie still got married to Rob thinking he could change, but Rob couldn't change his ways, even as a married man. Sophie saw Rob exchanging naughty content with multiple women on social media. Sophie moved out of Rob's house within months and had been living separately when they filmed ATA. Sophie was going to her mom, Claire, for advice in Season 8, but Claire's only advice to her daughter was always to leave Rob. Sophie spoke about her life growing up during her 90 Day Fiancé introduction in Season 10. Sophie said she liked standing out and liked going out. Sophie had fun dancing, making friends, and having a good time. She revealed she used to go out clubbing when she was just 12 years old. Sophie knew that it sounded absolutely crazy to Americans, but she had grown up in Europe. Sophie said that if one looked old enough in Europe, they could go inside clubs and the authorities wouldn't really care. Sophie claimed her family was wealthy. Sophie said her grandfather is a hardworking man. Despite her granddad having funded her privileged childhood, Sophie still doesn't know how he amassed his wealth. Sophie never bothered asking her grandpa about what he did for a living. All he knew was that her grandfather made a lot of money, and that's why Sophie had always been able to live in nice houses. Sophie went to private school and traveled to a lot of places. Sophie said she was really lucky to have had such a life. I also had a lot of really tough experiences in life, Sophie added. Sophie's childhood wasn't as rosy as she claimed. Sophie is of mixed race. She was born to a white mom and a black dad. Sophie was raised in Spain. She used to be the only black or mixed-race child in her whole school, and there weren't any black people around when she was growing up. Sophie failed to make friends at school. She was bullied as a child, and she struggled to fit in. Sophie said she went through a lot of difficult things. Sophie was following several Instagram pages about cute mixed-race guys. She saw Rob's profile on one of them, and he was the only guy on the page she followed because she thought he was cute. Sophie and Rob got along so well the first time they talked that they ended up doing a FaceTime call for 8 hours. There were no silences between them. Sophie was following several Instagram pages about cute mixed-race guys. She saw Rob's profile on one of them, and he was the only guy on the page she followed because she thought he was cute. Sophie and Rob got along so well the first time they talked that they ended up doing a FaceTime call for 8 hours. There were no silences between them. What Sophie didn't mention during 90 Day Fiancé Season 10 was that one of the reasons her childhood was difficult was also her mom, Claire. Sophie said that she didn't have a stable childhood while she was growing up. Sophie spoke about her father for the first time. She revealed that her father wasn't around most of the time when she was a little girl. Meanwhile, Sophie's mom, Claire, was struggling with substance abuse. Sophie told the cameras that Claire was not able to raise Sophie the way she should have.